Oh, hello everyone. Welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes for this short video on our latest injuries and a couple of other little bits of news that's not fully related to Newcastle United, but related to football. As you can see, I've got my Denver Mags scarf on. It's rather cold in my house and I don't want to turn the heating on yet. I've just got back in from work. I need to go to bed. But sod bed, I'm going to be playing live at 12 o'clock to do a review of last night's result. So please tune in for that live if you get a chance, if you've watched this video in time. But let's cut right to it. Let's just go straight to the stuff, and we'll do a little bit of stuff later on. Anthony messaged me on Twitter, and I think he's got an absolute cracking point here. I don't know how we can get around it or whether it's possible, but other clubs have done it. So I can't see why we couldn't get around it. So to get around FFP in January, could we not sell someone like Elliot Anderson to the likes of Luton with a buyback clause in the summer for the same fee? You will get minutes like on a loan, and if we sell for 20 million, we'll be able to spend 100 million on players with a 5-year contract. So it's a very clever way of getting around FFP while still staying within inside the boundaries. But you'd have to have full agreement with Luton. So technically what will we be doing is loaning Anderson for the rest of the season for 20 million and then activating the buyback clause in the summer for 20 million. So you get your FFP for January, but then you stumble yourself maybe in the summer because then you've spent 20 million that you wouldn't have, and then you've got to agree a contract with them. So it's a very sneaky way around FFP, and I like Anthony's thinking. I just don't know whether it's possible, but it's a great idea and food for thought, guys. What do you guys think of that? Drop a message on if you think that's a good idea or not, or whether it's actually possible to do that. I can't see why not. Loads of Man City do it, Chelsea's done it, Man United have done it. They activate the buyback clause, don't they? So look at what was happening with Tino Livramento. He had a buyback clause, didn't he? A big one, though. But, yeah, cracking idea. Right, the next one. Footballers' lawmakers will be asked to consider whether VAR's powers should be extended to cover free kicks, corners and second yellow cards. A VAR working group established by FIFA has been looking into whether video assistant referees should have greater responsibilities. But there are fears it could lead to even longer delays. I personally don't like this at all. I think VAR is shocking at the moment. I think this just gives them more power to make bad mistakes and to maybe give the big six, so-called big six, more decisions. I hate saying bribery and I hate saying corruption and all this sort of stuff because you'd like to think it's not happening. But can you imagine if all those laws, new changes come in? They're even considering bringing in a sin bin. Now, if there's any way to screw a team over in the last 10 minutes when, say, Man United are winning 1-0 at home to Luton, the referee wants to give Man United an advantage. All right, there's your yellow card, sin bin for 10 minutes. Get in the stands. That's you out for the game and them down to 10 men with the last 10 minutes to go at Old Trafford. The idea of sin bins is... sorry, guys, it's not for me. It's really not for me. I don't think that works. And I don't think them looking at second yellow cards, looking at free kicks and corners. I mean, it's frustrating when you can blatantly see they've made a wrong decision for a corner or for a throw-in or something like that. But that's part of football. If you eradicate all errors, we have nothing to talk about. We have nothing to complain about. So do we want everything scrutinized? Do we want more time into games? Do we want the NFL sort of style where everything's looked at and you could be playing for 3 hours rather than 90 minutes? I don't know, guys. I honestly don't. But again, let me know what you think below because it's very, very interesting. The next one, which is going to lead up to our injury crisis, is injuries to Premier League players are up 30% compared to this point last season. PFA CEO Montango spoke to the Times about the player action that could be down the line to force change. So they're talking about players potentially suing because of too many games and putting their bodies under stress. Now, again, it's a tough one, isn't it? Players want to play. Sorry, I really am. Night shift, guys, knackered. Players want to play. They don't want to be sitting around, but then you get them complaining there's too many games. Now, personally, it's down to international, I think, most of the time. They throw too many internationals in, pointless ones, in the middle of a football season. It's worked out well for Newcastle this time because we've got players back, but sometimes it stops you from having that great momentum that you have in the season. And it also puts more strain on the bodies, flying everywhere where they've got to go for 2 friendlies, and then they're back into action in the Premier League again. It's just not great. But on to the good stuff. So we told you 2 weeks ago, Sean Longstaff, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Sean Longstaff was going to be missing for about 3 weeks. We were told he was in a moon boot because of severe swelling around his ligaments. But the good news is he's now out of the boot. I don't know why we've not announced this. I don't know if it's Eddie Howe trying to keep his cards close to his chest and wants to think that Sean could be popping up at any time. But I've heard he's 2 weeks away. So that is very, very interesting. 2 weeks away. Again, this could be right. It could be wrong, guys. I'm just letting you know what I've been told from someone who apparently he knows Sean Longstaff. So he should be bang on the money with that one. Target and Kraft should be back in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Anderson and Barnes potentially in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I hope that's true because we need a boost. We need an injury boost. And we've got Willock as well, who's round about the 2-week mark as well. We really do need a boost into our 11. We saw last night, no substitutions. There was only Lewis Hall really on the bench who we could probably trust to throw in. It's a difficult period for us, and it's a massive game on Saturday against Man United. I can't stress that enough. It's huge. 8 o'clock kickoff under the lights. It's got that 5-0 feel again. Shouldn't have said that, should I? But yes, very, 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 very interesting. Now, on to some better news. So, Mentete on loan at Feyenoord started in the Champions League last night against Atletico Madrid. They unfortunately got beat 3-1. However, he scored a 7.4 rating on SofaScore, which is really good. He played 64 minutes. He had 57 touches of the ball. His passing accuracy was 82%. He put in 4 crosses, but none of them got onto a head. He had 1 shot on target, 1 shot blocked. Dribbles, this is immense. 10 attempted, 8 successful. 8. That is massive. Ground duels, even better. 17 duels. He won 12 of them. He didn't win any aerial duels out of 2. However, he lost possession 21 times. So that's where you'll improve with time with that. You really will. You will improve. And you'll get better and you'll learn how to keep the ball rather than giving it away. But 4 tackles. He was only dribbled past once. That is a solid performance from the young man. And next summer, we might see him on the bench for us or starting games. You just never know. But we've definitely got a talent there. He wouldn't be starting Champions League games if he wasn't talented enough to do that. He's having a great season for Feyenoord, and we just hope he keeps on progressing. Don't think we'll call him back because I think we've got enough players to cover. But it's food for thought again. So the question to you guys to drop in the comments is, would you bring him back from his loan, or would you like to see him carry on his development until next season? It's food for thought, guys. Right. Hope you've enjoyed that. Please hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. It really does help. It's honestly, guys, I'm not fussed about money or anything like that. The one thing I am really passionate about is getting loads of thumbs up on the videos if we can. It really does help, and it's free. Doesn't cost anything. Don't forget about our amazing sponsor though, Diacro. We'll be giving away a t-shirt next month again. I can't wait to do that. There is a cyber deal on, so they still should be doing their 30% off, hopefully. Get down to the description, get the link to the shop and please consider supporting a great family-run business who ship everywhere in the world. So I really hope you've enjoyed this. Hit the thumbs up, guys, and I'll see you hopefully later for a live show. Take care till then. Bye.